Hey guys, we're Ali and Gary with Roll With Us DMs, professional game masters with over 17 years of experience that also love to go on some side quests with our friends, which you can see here on our channel.
Thank you for checking out our videos. If you haven't already, you should quest down to the subscription button and strike the notification bell so you never miss our content.
Our links are in the description below.
Consider becoming a channel member to access epic perks, including playing in one of our games. Now, on with the video.
Hey guys, today we're playing the 19th hole module, part of Mansions of Madness by Call of Cthulhu. Call of Cthulhu is a system where you want to roll under your stat using percentile dice. Percentile dice are 2d10, so this would be your tens place, and this would be your ones place. Another option is a d100. Although, this doesn't typically stay on a table, so you want to be careful with those. So let's say that your stat for firing a weapon is 50% and you roll a 55. You can use 5 of your luck points to make sure that you hit. But what happens if you use all of your luck points? Let's say you're searching a house and you aren't finding any clues. Your keeper may ask for a luck roll to find something that you missed. Or maybe you forgot to pack an extra magazine of ammo. You may be allowed to roll your luck to find an extra magazine in your bag. Also, Call of Cthulhu is a different type of RPG, where maybe running and getting the police is the answer to getting out alive. Fighting isn't always the answer to the problem. Today we're playing the 19th hole. Our investigator group has been hired by a wife, Crystal McMillan, to find her husband, Arthur McMillan, who went missing and the police can't find any leads, and are assuming he left of his own volition with someone else. We pick up with the characters meeting at Crowwood Hall with the wife Crystal McMillan, but first, let's meet our cast.
Hi there, I'm Gary, one half of Roll With Us DMs and co-owner of Top Notch Ceramic Trees. The links are in the description. Today I'm playing Sean Davis, boxer extraordinaire. He's a brutish high school dropout who has been hired for this investigation for his brawn, definitely not his brain.
Hello, my name is David Lancaster, and I am playing Call of Cthulhu, the 19th hole, with Ali, Gary, and a few other individuals. And the game is consisting of where we're helping a wife find her missing husband. Call of Cthulhu is a really good game. We're just actually getting into it. My character is an ex-soldier from World War I. He served for the United States. His name is Michael James, and I really like the role playing, the games that is offered. And my charity that I am, that is put up, is for Hope Ministries, which is in South Bend, Indiana, place that I worked for, and it's for individuals that have had hard times in their lives, whether from addictions, mental illnesses, just losing their homes, and it's a place for growth. It's a good place. So if you want to check that out, I would appreciate it. And feel free to contact me through Ali or Gary. And I'm looking forward to this Sunday to playing the 19th hole. Thank you and have a good day.
Hi, I'm Kai. I'll be playing Annabelle Anderson, an investigative journalist seeking the truth to the strange and mysterious, whether that truth is just an overlooked mundane answer or something more.
Hello, my name is Bree. You can find me on patreon.com/getyourrollon. I'm going to be playing Avery Batanalia today, but she's a professional gambler, so everyone just calls her Ace.
Here we go. Thank you guys so much. Today we're going to be playing the 19th hole. This is our first session with Call of Cthulhu. We're expecting this to kind of go 2 or 3 sessions for us, and
For you guys, we typically put it out for about an hour at a time, so we might hit 6 sessions. We'll see. All right. So today, our team Ace and the Royal Flushes have been hired to find a missing husband. They have been bussed to Queen's Head Pub, and they are going to be taking a private car out to Crowwood Hall to meet the wife. I think our investigative journalist, Annabelle, has wanted to do some investigating prior to heading out here.
Mm-hmm. So I'd like to look into both our missing person as far as what they did previously, if they might have had any problems with people in the past, if I can find anything on that, and also some history on the golf course that they recently became the owner of, in order to find out whether or not there was any problems with the exchange of ownership, or if people have disappeared in that area previously.
Cool. All right, go ahead and make your roll.
And would I be rolling?
I think you have either investigation or a journalism a talent for your character.
I have a photography thing that came with the investigative journalist. I do have library use.
Yeah, that'll work.
Here's hoping.
Nice. Okay.
Barely.
Right. After checking up with the local records and kind of talking to people around town and whatnot, you find out that the golf course at Thistledown was one of Mackenzie's earliest designs and unfortunately was considered a failure by most. Despite a number of outstanding and innovative holes, a series of less than flattering reviews contributed to the club's demise only 6 years after its opening in 1909. The course proved an embarrassment for Mackenzie, who left it out of his first book on course design, Golf Architecture. Macmillan's restoration plans call for resurrecting Mackenzie's excellent 5 holes and redesigning the remaining 13. Upon their arrival in Scotland, after Macmillan quickly completed the purchase of Thistledown and set about hiring local craftsmen to fix up the clubhouse, leaving Crystal, his wife that you're going to be meeting soon, to bring Crowwood Hall up to her own lavish standards. 4 long months passed, and while each endeavor met with significant challenges, finally each restoration project neared completion. The other thing that you would have also found out was this Crowwood Hall is Arthur Macmillan's childhood home. They went to the United States, and they had owned a newspaper for quite some time, and they have just recently given it to their sons before moving back. All right. Is there anything else that you guys wanted to do before you got to Queen's Head Pub? I think someone was looking for a gambling hall, which they would have found in their overnight stay in Dundee on their way to Queen's Head Pub the next day.
Excellent.
So there didn't seem to be anything specifically, like, problematic with Arthur. Like, no one seemed to have an issue with him in any of the research.
Nope. He seems to be newly back into the area. There's been no previous missings in Thistledown.
Right.
And yeah, he's just been trying hard to get things going on the golf course.
Right.
All right, as you guys pull in with your bus into Queen's Head Pub, it seems to be a quiet little place.
People seem to be there having lunch. Only about 15 to 20 people are there right now. Is there anything that you would like to do in the pub before taking the private car off to Crowwood Hall?
I would like to
Breakfast?
have, yeah,
Cool.
see if they
I'm
have any
glad.
black pudding.
I'm glad that I'm not the only one that thought about my stomach, because I'll tell you, I gotta keep this figure up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Ace gets angry if she doesn't eat.
Okay, yeah, you guys can have a nice lunch at Crowwood Hall. I'm sorry, at Queen's Head Pub. You see just kind of locals. There's some what look to be maybe farmers or farmhands. And yeah, you guys have a nice quiet lunch. Is there anything that you'd like to be asking of anyone, talking about?
Hey, Ace, you gonna finish them fries?
And just rolls her eyes and like pushes the fries over her. You can have them. I only wanted the sandwich anyways.
Michael's gonna go over to up to the pub, up to the bar, and order a pint, and just start talking with some of the locals. Just being fraternizing with them, asking them about the golf course. Has anyone played on it? Has anybody practiced? Do they have any? Have they heard anything about the owner
Yeah,
missing?
it's a real shame. We were kind of hoping that he was going to be able to get that golf course up and running, but I guess the expenses just got too much and he just walked away from it. I don't know, it's been closed for, oof, gosh, 10, 15 years now? Yeah, it would have been nice. Get some people out here and kind of revitalize this area a little bit.
Okay. Thank you.
Good luck to you. Have a great day.
You as well.
Thanks. A car pulls up and a butler gets out and comes in, looking around briefly before coming to your table. Um, Bowing. Good afternoon. I'm
Good
Keating.
afternoon.
I am here to take you over to Crowwood Hall when you are ready.
Is there some kind of check I can do? Because Ace usually likes to drive herself, since she does have some driving points. So unless this guy like seems capable to Ace, she might just try to talk him into like giving her the keys.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me some, I don't know if you have fast talking or, but yeah, go ahead and give me some kind of check for him to turn over keys.
Oh, can I push that? I guess they don't call it push on this one, but
Yeah, you would have to spend 31 of your luck points. Yeah.
never mind.
I'll put that.
As you kind of start like discussing, who's driving, he goes, "Well, when we get back, we do have Arthur's car for you, so that you can take yourselves around wherever you need to get to. It will be fully at your beck and call whenever you need it."
Hmm. Okay, fine, fine. Just like rubbing her hands anxiously. It's like, it's all right. I'll drive later. Driving later.
Okay. Crowwood Hall is a Scottish mansion built in 1768 and extended in 1855 to include 16 rooms over 3 floors. The approach to the house is via a tree-lined private driveway that runs just over a mile and connects to the nearest road into Dundee, some 30 minutes away by automobile. The property is bounded on all sides by either farmland or forest. The nearest town is Abernight, roughly 5 miles due south of the hall. Yes, he takes your bags up to your private rooms on the second floor of the home. Internally, the house exhibits a surprising and somewhat eclectic mixture of modern and traditional styling. The resulting romantic interior design is the creation of Crystal McMillan, who has, for the past 4 months, personally directed Crowwood Hall's renovation. The parlor, library, and other principal rooms contain original decorative plasterwork above dark oak paneling and marble fireplaces. The halls are freshly painted and decorated with white fluted plaster columns. The ornate central staircase accessing all 3 floors is furnished with wide timber banisters that glisten with waxy polish. All in all, the mansion house is an impressive affair. To the left of the central stairs, Keating opens the door to the parlor and directs the investigators inside. Once all the investigators have entered the room, he leaves for the kitchen to fetch tea, fresh scones, and a selection of cakes. Inside the newly refurbished parlor, Crystal McMillan is sitting, reading the latest edition of the Herald, surrounded by pictures of her husband. She looks up quickly when the investigators arrive, her eyes searching the doorway as though hoping to see her husband standing there. After a moment, she smiles and stands up to greet the investigators personally. Well, I hope that your travels have been quick and simple.
Yes. Trip went very nice. Hello. I'm glad we could make it.
I'm not quite sure what else I can help you with. I know that your bags have been set up upstairs. I do hope the rooms are all right for you. I thought it would be better than the rooms over at the pub, but if you want to stay there, I can get you rooms there instead, whichever would help you with your investigations more.
They should be fine.
Okay.
Tell me, tell me about the day leading up to when your husband disappeared. Probably best to get right into our investigative process.
She picks up a framed photograph of Arthur and hands it to you. He went down to the golf club early in the morning. I guess a bunch of the renovation projects were about to be finished, and he wanted to look them over before the inspectors were due to arrive. And the people there said that he went to go walk the golf course, but he never came back, and his car was still sitting next to the club. They walked the golf course and then ended up calling the police, who walked the golf course, and he couldn't be found anywhere. They're saying he just left, but his car's still there. Well, his car's here now. You can have the car for the time that you're out here. You'll have full access to that and anything else that you need.
Oh. Once again, could you give us directions to where he apparently disappeared?
Yes.
In the vicinity?
Well, you passed it, coming from the Queen's Head pub. You would have seen the golf course on your right-hand side. When he always parks at the club and then walks the golf course to see how everything is going. and they saw him at the club, and then he left to go and check on everything, but then he never came back. And people had just assumed he had left, but then his car was still there.
Did your husband have a history of sort of leaving? I mean, it's a little odd that everyone just assumes he wandered off. Is that normal for him?
It's not. He's never just left before.
Mm-hmm. Did your husband have any enemies, or is there someone around town who seemed particularly perturbed that you all were trying to get this business up and running again?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't know. The detective, McAndrew, he refused to do any work in this case. He thinks that he left and that the stress of everything was getting to him. He had people dive down into the 2 ponds that are in the club, but obviously he wasn't down there, and but after that, they haven't done anything. They've not informed me of anything that they've been working on, and they're not even looking into it.
Do you know specifically which areas of the golf course he was checking on? You said that a few projects were done that he was looking into, but golf course is kind of large. Do you have any narrowing down of that?
Well, I think that they had just finished the midsection of the holes, and that all of that has been newly landscaped, and they were still working on rebuilding the club. But I think an inspector was coming in there for something. It's not really what I kept track of. If you talk to the foreman, Cameron, he seems competent. He might be able to help you more.
Do you have a list of the employees that were working that day?
Cameron would have all of that. I just don't know.
Well, I guess we should go talk to this Cameron. By the way, do I happen to smell some baked goods? Because something smells mighty fine.
Of course. I'm sorry. Yes. Please enjoy some tea, and I don't even know where my hospitality is anymore.
Oh no, you've been quite hospitable. I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Yeah, I've been so busy working here at the house and getting all of these renovations done. And this was his childhood home. If you didn't know, we only moved back here not even a year ago or so, and we were finally getting relaxed and accomplishing everything, and I don't know what to do now. But please,
looks like
okay.
Well, looks like we need to find both this Cameron and should probably see if we can talk with McAndrews. Maybe see if he did find anything small he might have overlooked. Or didn't think it was important.
Yeah, which one do you think we should start with? I'm kind of inclined. Go ahead.
I was saying Cameron's probably going to be more helpful, or at least more cooperative, as he was simply a foreman on the job. McAndrews, if he's looked into something and then decided it's not worth the time or nothing happened, he's probably going to be a little more defensive if we show up and are like, hey, we're going to do your job better than you did. Give us what you have. So,
I would like to ask what the normal route or routine, the path that he would take when he would walk and try to walk the same route and then look for anything.
I just remember this one time when I was in high school before I dropped out, and I was working a job, and somebody got sick, and then they pulled the employee files for that day to find out who worked, and then everybody got questioned. So I think maybe if we could get a list of people that were working, maybe they have some insight into what happened that day.
Well,
Yeah, it could be helpful too.
Cameron is down at the club now. I think that they were working on walls. I don't know. To I've asked to keep everyone on. I just I don't know. I keep hoping that he just walks through the door, and I want to make sure that everything is still just moving forward for him. I don't know.
You said they were working on walls?
I think
Of
that's
Clubhouse.
what they were working on today. I know that there was some mold damage due to some leaks. I don't really know how bad everything was over there. I didn't. I I haven't been able to bring myself to go. But if you do go down there, I do have dinner here at 7 every evening. If you'd like to join me for dinner, but I understand if you don't. Mrs. Grant down in the kitchen will give you guys anything you need for food or wine or anything like that. Yeah.
Dinner sounds just fine, thank you.
Ace writes down in her notebook, check the walls for his body.
I write down 7 p.m. food.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, thinking about it, I think we should go to McAndrews first. If we're going to be checking out the golf course, best not to just go back and forth since Cameron's already going to be there.
Yeah, good idea. It's always a good idea to let the police know we're going to be around before we get into any trouble. Also, if you found anything that could give us a head start, and so we're not doubling over him too much, I think that's a good idea.
See, you got it all figured out, Ace. That's why you're my ace in the hole. It's always smart to let the police know before you do something that could be questionable. I forget that from time to time. That's why you've had to bail me out.
Yeah, I've had to bail us all out a few too many times, but you know what? That's okay. Whatever it takes to get the job done.
Exactly.
That's what we're here for.
So, you said we could use his car.
Oh, yes. Kidding. Kidding. We need the keys. Kidding. He comes back in and bows and hands over the keys.
This is the same guy from before, right?
Yes, it is. Yep.
Yeah, Ace not snatches, but just once they're in her hand, just like grips them really hard and just like gives them the look like it was always going to come to this.
Yeah, so he has brought all of your suitcases upstairs for you. You all have your own personal rooms at Grovewood Hall. He shows you outside to a rather nice car. It's not as large as the car that you guys had taken here, because there's no private compartment in the back for everyone. This is Arthur's private car.
Big enough for 4, though, yeah?
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
be a little awkward if it wasn't. Yeah, he's gonna hop in the driver's seat.
Annabelle will get behind Ace.
All right. So are you guys heading to Thistledown Golf Club or Dundee Police Department?
Police department.
Okay. You walk into the police department. You get ushered back to Mick Andrews' office. I only have a few minutes. What can I help you with?
The Arthur McMillan.
Yeah, the golf course guy.
Mm-hmm. He's still missing.
He is still missing. Have you guys been out to there yet? She said
Not
that
yet.
she was going to be hiring someone. There is no leads. He was at the club, went to go walk the golf course, disappeared. There's no foot tracks that he left the area. There's nothing. His car's still there. We've already dredged the lakes. He's not in any of them. I'm telling you, he left with somebody else. The stress of that golf course got to him, and he left.
What about the hounds? Is there any sort of scent trail to suggest that he left, or
Nothing.
does it?
So you
Okay.
have no proof of him leaving,
There,
but are assuming he left.
he didn't leave. He didn't leave by any of the grass walkways. We got there soon enough that there should have been footprints somewhere.
Any chance you have a file based on what areas you covered and such?
Sure. He will blatantly go in his desk drawer and hand you the entire file.
Pick it up. Should be a good read on the way to the golf
Now,
course.
you can't just take it. You can read it, but I'm gonna need it back.
Is there any way we could get some copies? Something we can sort of take with us?
It's gonna take a while to get them copied, but there's not much to read there. We took the dogs out. They found, his scent trail a little bit all over the golf course, but never leaving the golf course other than via the road.
Here's a dumb question, maybe, but what about them new fangled flying machines? You think maybe one of them could have landed on the golf course and picked him up?
Probably not. There's a lot of hills in that golf course. I don't think a plane's coming down in here.
Also, if a plane just landed in the middle of a golf course, surely someone would have seen it.
Or heard it.
Another gentleman walks in with a detective badge on his belt. He goes, "Oh, sorry, didn't realize you had company." And McAndrew looks at him and goes, "Oh, this is Detective Black. He was out on the scene with me. Golf course." I goes, "Oh, there's something wrong with that place.
Oh,
I'm telling you, that clubhouse is haunted."
suddenly my attention's way more focused on him as I hand the file off to one of the others to skim through and take out my notepad. All right. And you say it's haunted.
Telling you,
Yeah,
telling you,
What makes you think that?
things moved.
What things?
I mean, one of my jobs as a high schooler was working in a haunted house one time over the Halloween season, and they put me with the big like hockey mask at the end of the thing to try to scare the people when they came out. But I'm pretty sure like just some parlor tricks or something, right?
I'm telling you, I saw a glimmering figure in full darkness. It was there. I will swear my life on it.
Part of the clubhouse were you in when you saw this?
Second floor. Weren't any lights on yet because it's still under construction and whatnot, but I'm telling you, it was there. And McAndrew just kind of rolls his eyes and is like, "Okay, you know, come on now. Like, really? There's no reason to scare the new folks with the old ghost stories."
Scared,
Yeah,
just scared.
most likely stories.
Is there anything else about the golf course that you think was odd?
Nah, the rest of the golf course was normal. But I'm telling you, that clubhouse is haunted.
I have a question. You said that his scent, the dogs followed various scents.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we gave him a shirt to smell, and they kind of followed it all over the golf course. He's sort of been all over that place, but it never left the golf course.
Maybe he hasn't left the golf course.
Well, if you can find him, guess good luck. We had teams sweep that place, and we couldn't find him.
Well, thank you for your time, detectives.
Yes.
Good luck.
And if you remember anything else that might have been weird or out of place, do let us know if possible.
I'll make time to stop down there tomorrow and see where you guys are at. See if I can point you in any directions that maybe we can talk about it.
Thank you. And much more cooperative than I would have thought.
Yeah, they're friendly. Even got some extra details, didn't we?
Michael, what are you spot hiddening?
I typed it in there.
So sorry. Looks like it's might have been missed. Hard success. You think that they spent most of their time searching the golf course itself, due to the people that were working in the clubhouse all kind of saying that he went to go walk the golf course and he never came back. So you think that they spent most of their time on the golf course searching for him?
But nowhere else.
But nowhere else, and not at the club itself.
All right. I'll pass that along to the rest of the group.
Cool.
Yeah, they seem pretty freaked out about this ghost story stuff, but I don't know. I don't buy it.
Honestly, it
should
makes
never
me more nervous when people aren't freaked out by the ghost stories.
you should never discount anything. Everything is possible and until it's proven impossible.
I've seen it been faked way too many times, but I don't know. I mean, I'm open to the possibility, but just unlikely, probably.
Well, with my history, if I see a ghost, that's something, because I've seen real horror stories.
So I guess we head out to the golf course, talk with Cameron, and then check out the clubhouse first. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, definitely pile into the car.
You just want to drive.
I do. Driving and gambling, those are my two happinesses.
Okay.
Food and fighting, those are my two happinesses, and sometimes at the same time, like a food fight, you know what I mean?
Don't even remind me. I was pulling spaghetti sauce out of my hat for weeks.
Hmm.
I may never live that story down.
That's why she calls you Meatball.
Okay. You guys head over to Thistledown Golf Club.
She calls me meatball because when you take a meatball and you whip it at a wall as fast as a baseball, it makes quite an interesting splatter pattern, and she's gotten pretty good at like like a crime scene detective. Like this meatball hit right here and it splattered off that way, and it was that trajectory at that speed. I tell you, she's something else.
I don't think it's too difficult to tell where a meatball hits a wall.
Okay. Um, and actually, before we get to Thistledown, I think this will be the first episode of the 19th Hole by Call of Cthulhu. And for you guys, it'll be a week, and for us, it'll be 5 minutes or so before we start recording again. So, thank you guys so much for playing, and thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll be back soon.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content that you just saw, consider joining one of our games at startplaying.gaming/roll with us DMs.